evening here at the 2013 Electric Off-Road Nationals at Silver Dollar RC Raceway, and Ryan Cavalieri taking the overall TQ in the two-wheel drive modified class in the 4th round. We had 4 TQs and 4 different runs this weekend, and it came down to the last one. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was close in all the rounds, honestly, and besides actually the first run, me and Mayfield swapped back and forth and lost by a few tenths. So to end up with a TQ in the last round was really good for me, just because my car was probably at its best, and so I'm really comfortable going into the first set of mains. So the car's working really well. Pretty excited on all the things we've done over the past few months with that car, and so it's real comfortable to drive.
And you mentioned being more comfortable with this car in the 4th round. You're running the brand new mid-motor conversion for the B4, and have you had much time on it, and especially on a track like this?
Well, we've been running the .1 for a few months now, and now that this was actually our first race with it, the first time we hit the track with the car, so there's nothing too different besides that it has a gearbox that's molded and it has a few different features with it. So it's pretty much we're driving the same car, just looks a little bit more modern. So really excited on that part. So
what's the learning curve been like trying to get used to the new platform, and also with such extreme track conditions?
Well, the platform just kind of has a different feel wise. You just have a little bit more corner speed with the car, and so you kind of just need to relax a little bit more going into a corner, because you're going to have that speed going out of the corner. So where with a B4 rear motor car, you go in real quick and you come out just a little bit differently. You kind of square it up more, where this car you round off the corners a little bit. So it definitely jumps pretty similar wise, and it just the cornering's a little bit different. But once you kind of get a hold of that and you figure that out, your times will start dropping and you'll feel real comfortable with the car. Because
it feels so much more differently than some of the other cars, and also with your truck still being rear motor, is it tough going back and forth from the different cars when you're running 3 classes in one day?
Not a whole lot. I mean, you know how your cars are going to all work, really. So I mean, it's definitely a little bit awkward to drive a rear motor car, just because you change your driving just a little bit, but once you pick up your car, you kind of adjust for each car. So I wouldn't say technically, I mean, for a driver that's not maybe experienced, then it would be a little bit of a different feeling. But most of the time when people are club racing, they're running one car, and they'll end up getting used to it, and it won't be a big change. So.
And the track is really exciting to watch this weekend, but what's it like to drive on, and do you think that it'll be good for racing tomorrow when things go heads up?
Yeah, the track, when we first showed up, we thought it was a little tight, which I think for racing and stuff it would be a little bit tight, but the layout came together really well. The track kind of held together. After the first day it was real dusty, and they kind of got a hold of that and fixed it, so it's been real consistent every round, and obviously by time wise it's real close every run. So the track will be fun. It's fast and high speed, so the racing will be a little sketchy, but that's how it always is.
What do you think? I mean, like you said, this track's a little bit bigger jumps, and a little bit higher speed than a lot of the electric off-road races that we go to. So does that change kind of how you approach not only going into a qualifying round, but then tomorrow you're going to be trying to battle with people?
Yeah, I mean, you're higher speed, so you're really just going to have to be patient and wait for others to make mistakes, and kind of have to do some following, I think, through some of the sections, because they're very tight. So you can't really probably force the issue as much as you probably would on a different style track. But I mean, it's going to work out, I think.
And does that make starting up front, a bigger benefit, because there are not as many passing sections on the track?
For sure. I mean, anytime you can start out front, it's always a good thing. Start out, in at least the top, 3 or 4. It's you have a shot, but being up front, you're leading the pack. So.
And last year we had a little bit different format. The race was spread over 2 weekends, so you actually had 4 TQs and 4 wins last year. This year you're only able to compete in 3 classes. But what's it going to take to repeat that performance tomorrow?
I mean, just being consistent. When last year I was really consistent in all my qualifying and in every single set of mains. So I feel like I have some consistency. So it's just got to follow it tomorrow and do the same thing. I know what I got to do, so it's just sticking to the game plan.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you put that plan into action. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.